LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.
We're joined here with Solano High School head coach Bill Elliott. Coach, you go introduce your 3 student athletes.
This is Ty Hughes, senior, starting center. This is Ethan Rucker, number 0, starting wide receiver. Also played a lot of defensive back tonight, had 1 interception tonight. And then Bo Bentley, number 1, a junior quarterback.
Coach, you'll start things off. Just your thoughts about the game today.
You know, Kilgore, first off, just hats off to them. Great team. They came in, they played very hard. We made some adjustments defensively. We were able to kind of slow them down. Offense finally got a hold of things and started moving the ball, doing things. They hit some big plays, some big passes. And just very proud of our kids. You know, our kids have worked all year long. It's a great group. Even since last spring, they've been doing everything we asked them to do. They deserve this. And I'm just very proud for them and our community and all the support that we get from them and our whole school district.
Questions?
When you're looking up at the Jumbotron and showing like 5 touchdown passes, time second, quarter history, I mean, what's going through your mind?
I mean, it's incredible. It's been a childhood dream to win a state championship. But to do that is pretty cool. So I was going to get 6, but I did everything.
What was it like just playing at AT&T Stadium for the first time, the whole atmosphere?
It's surreal. Watching the Cowboys play, just hoping I'll be there in December, and it's been a dream.
Your connection with the along this season, how did that kind of manifest itself?
Honestly, it really started in offseason, and 7-on-7 we really got the connection going and the chemistry on and off the field. So just love my man for that.
Which ones that mean to win a 9th state title in your first as a head coach?
You know, I mean, it just means so much because growing up playing for G.A. Moore, Bush Ford in high school, Pilot Point, and then coaching for them all those years and winning the state championships we did under both of them. It was just kind of, it felt satisfying to me finally that we actually got one while I was the head coach. It really didn't matter to me because I really don't, that's not my identity where I identify myself as a state champion, but it does feel really good to do that, to finally have that, to kind of cap off my career. So it's very, very satisfying.
Only a few schools you might have necessarily won as much as Celina. What does it mean to be a part of that history for this program?
It's so special. You know, I've lived in Celina 32 years. My family's grown up there. My boys both played there, both coached there, and it's just such a special place. That's why I've stayed there so long, and it just means so much for our community. It's the expectation that our whole community puts on our kids in everything we do, all our sports, all our extracurriculars. Our band just won state, cheers won state, and so it's just kind of the things we do at Solano is that high expectation that pushes us to be great.
You guys have a lot of talent coming back that's going to take to add a 10 next game.
And we're losing a bunch, so it's going to be hard. Yeah. We got some big, all these guys. We got to fill these shoes. Of course, we get Bobcats, so that's huge. But man, it's going to take a lot of hard work, just like it did this year. It's what it's all about. Being successful, being great, all comes down to hard work and the dedication of the kids, and that's what's so special about Solano.
Yeah, but how do you see Coach Howell this year get to this point where he's tying a record at the state championship?
He's a special young man. Not only has he got just such great ability with his arm, his legs, his decision making, but he's just a great man too. Great character, great integrity, great leader. He sets a great example for all our kids with his work ethic. That's why he's gotten to where he's at right now, is just his work ethic. The way he worked all last spring and all summer, dedicating himself to this team is what really made a difference in his development.
Well, you guys laughed against West Point, a really tight matchup. Do you think that kind of gave you guys some confidence or sparked something going into this week?
For sure, especially our defense too. Giving up that many points, they came to practice and it was a totally different atmosphere. Obviously for a state title it's different, but just going out there and playing as hard as possible, I think that's what rewarded us.
Coach Carthage just talked about Kilgore being the best team they've seen all year. Carthage won a state title. You guys put it pretty good on Kilgore, but West Plains was a tight game. Can you kind of talk about the difference between those two matchups?
Yeah, West Plains is such a great football team. They are a great team. They really are. Just everything that they do, the job that Coach Cummings does out there with us. They're only 3 years old, man. A young team. They'll be back next year. I can see us matching up with them again next year because they've got pretty much everybody back. They're young. They've just got a great program on what they do, the way they scheme. Their coaches do a great job. Kilgore is very talented, a lot of talent, great talent, great speed, which was hard for us to contain. That's why at first in the game it was hard for us to kind of control them until we kind of figured out things. And so, but both of them are very, very good. Both coaches do a great job, and so it was a great matchup with both games.
Coach, what did you figure out about their offense after those first 2 touchdown drives?
I think a lot of us, our kids settled in. Our kids settled in, adjusted to the speed of the game, the speed that they have out there, and just started doing their jobs a little bit better. Coach Ford made a couple adjustments on the sideline with them, on some alignments, on what we were doing, and I think that just helped to kind of put us in the right position. We started putting Ethan out there. Ethan coming in was a huge thing on defense to put him out there. Hadn't played him there all year, been working him, getting him ready for this moment, and he stepped up and did a great job. And we're very thankful for what he was able to do out there to help take one of their new receivers out.
What is that?
Coach, as DFW pundits, we looked at that non-district schedule that you guys had this year, and you had to have a feeling after you went undefeated with that non-district, schedule that you might be able to make a run. Is that about the time you thought that this team was ready for it?
Yes, sir, definitely. We went into that, playing 3 teams that had played the state last year. Playing La Vega, which is in the playoffs. All the time playing here today. La Vega played. They're here. And I was just hoping we could get through that healthy. I wasn't really worried about wins and losses that time, just healthy. And we did. We came out of it healthy, but we also came out of it undefeated. And when you saw those kids start playing the way they did, responding in those games the way they did, you knew we had something special at that time. And they just continued to build on that every week. That's what we talked about. It's not the team who's number 1 right now. It's the team who's continuing to grow and get better and better at number 1 today. And that's what they did.
Last week, a strong run game that kind of pulled the offense. This week, you guys attacked in the air. How does the offensive line adjust to the game?
So we come at it every week. Coach Elliott always says, who's going to be the hammer, who's going to be the nail. We're usually the hammer this year, I would say. No matter what it is, if we're pass blocking, we're trying to get them on the ground, we're trying to be nasty, and we're trying to make a break. That's what we do.
Coach, to go undefeated, just playing the schedule they all did play, just what made this group special?
I really think it comes down to their heart. It really does. We talk about that all the time. We talk about this whole season. Is the heart that they have, their work ethic, their drive, their grit. Our theme this year was press on, and that's kind of what they've done all year. They've pressed on in every aspect they did in every game. No matter what the situation was, no matter what was happening, they continue to press on, to fight for each other, to love each other. And that's what overcomes. That's the difference to me in great teams and good teams is love. And that's what this team has.
In the back.
No.
Okay. Throughout the year, every team has basically been throttled. There hasn't really been a very close game. Would you say this is a fitting end to that year?
Definitely. I wasn't sure who we were talking to. Yes, it was very fitting. I think the way we performed, the way the offense stepped up, the defense stepped up, and they just continued to put their foot down and do what they had to do to maintain the game and get the game to win. It was great.
In the back again.
Coach Elliott, maybe I'm misinterpreting this, but you said to cap off your career?
No.
Okay.
It's a huge milestone in my career. No, don't get that when we started. I am old, but I'm done.
For the players, Coach mentioned expectations. What does it mean that you give that level now? Being in town with those kind of standards?
I would say we had our eyes on it from the beginning, and Coach played a big part in it. We love him, he loves us, and it's just easy to work for a coach every day that you you really appreciate, man. We like him a little bit.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Bo's development this year? That was kind of one of the things we were, as DFW pundits were thinking about. He's able to make plays with his feet, able to make plays through the arm, and made you guys balance. I thought that was the key for you guys turning around offensively.
Yeah, it's huge. It really is. It allows you to do so many things. Our offense really was. We could take advantage of whatever somebody was doing to us. We can adjust to go from the running game to the passing game, and it keeps them off balance. That's one thing in the past we haven't really been able to do. We might be able to run the football, but we couldn't throw as well, or didn't have the receivers we needed. This year we had such a combination of all that, and it lets you have a balanced attack. And it makes it really hard for a defense to adjust, to stop us in what we're doing. We're always going to find a way. Nathan does a great job, OC upstairs, picking that defense apart. And he always says it's just a chess game. That's all it is, just a chess game. That's really what he does. So those coaches do a great job.
Two touchdowns, interception, final game, state championship. What does that all mean to you?
Honestly, it's unreal. It's just hard to take in, and like Coach said, past years we had struggling running or passing the ball, and I feel like me and Bo and some other receivers have kind of changed the narrative.
What do you think that chemistry developed between you and Bo? Was there like a specific game where you're like, oh yeah, we can really put up numbers?
Yes, sir. Maybe the first scrimmage or the first game, we came came out hot, and we were just like, okay, we can do this. So, sir.
The second touchdown, you break your tackle and get in the open field. What was going through your mind at that moment?
Just don't get caught, honestly. I glanced back a little bit, and I didn't see anyone near, so. Yes, sir.
You kind of reflect on your career as well.
So first year coming in, kind of had to adapt. I didn't have the year that I wanted, but I worked hard in off season and just kept my head down and went on the ball out this year. So,
Final question.
Final question is, after Coach, the way this community is changing, you're likely going to be in 5A for the next year line. Just what does this title mean for you guys, your seniors, and how have you seen this community change over time?
I've lived in Solano almost all my life and just very, very blessed and highly favored there. It's a great community that backs us and praises the Lord, which I love to be in. So it's awesome. It's awesome to finally get it.
You know, I've been in Solano so long. When I started working in Solano back in like 1992, there was 150 kids in high school and about 1,500 people in the town, one flashing light. And now we've got 54,000 people in town. We got 1,200 people in high school, and the growth is just unbelievable. You know, we're going to be the largest settlers in the Metroplex eventually. They say over 500,000 people. Now, I probably will be gone before then. Where do you go? I don't know if I'll make it that long, but anyway, you know, the town is changing drastically. It really is. You know, our demographics, the makeup of the town, the people that are coming in. And so that's one thing that is my big drive, because of the great tradition and culture that Celina has had for so long. I'm trying to maintain that with who we are, what we stand for, what we represent, and how we work and things we do. That's what my goal is. That's my big push. It's hard with all the changes that's coming, but we're going to continue to be Celina and who we are based on what we're based on, and living for the right things in life and teaching these boys to be men, because that's the most important thing that we do. More importantly than winning football games and all that is help them develop and become great young men so they go out in this world and they contribute to this society and they stand for what's right.
Coming to Solano, it's really just a brotherhood. I came in here and made friends automatically, so I feel like I'll have friends the rest of my life here. But it's really just a brotherhood, and the chemistry between this team and just all of it is just unmatched. So I feel like that played a big role in winning and going 16-0 and winning the state championship. So
Thank you guys. Congratulations, sir.
Hey, did you play Texas high school football? If you did, you're part of an elite group, the Brotherhood of Texas High School Football. All football players, past and present, who have ever suited up in the Lone Star State are eligible. Go to LoneStarGridiron.com/brotherhood. And thank you for the part you played in the greatest sport in the greatest state.
This show is brought to you by the book, All I Need to Know I Learned from My Texas High School Football Coach. A handbook of wisdom for parents, young people, and yes, even coaches. Head over to www.learnedfromcoach.com and order your copy to support sharing the stories of these great coaches and leaders. That's learnedfromcoach.com.